Hi there again, viewers and gamers alike out there. Wouldn't it be fun for this to go for an open ride that's not in a one-horse open sleigh? So why not I try to tip it off in this send-off video right here in my final trip on Utah, right here in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance exclusive only. So why not I throw something a little bit into the mix and check it out? Why not? It's pretty exciting. So why not I give you, how about why not go into a little bit of a pit stop somewhere around, I don't know, Cedar City, Utah? Because I find it familiar when it comes to the city of Tillamook, Oregon. It really rings a bell. It really does, and it's called the Creamery. If you don't want to take my word for it, why not I just show you around in southern Utah that does not have any palm trees, even though if it's far south, but not that far south, but it's still there, if you know what I mean. Including there's also Special Olympics Utah, right next door to Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, and Arizona and Nevada. And you can see and understand why am I saying this out loud right here, right now. So by the power invested in me, for I am main event, Leo Wolverine, who likes to yeet with everyone, yeet in the commentary, yeet in the chat, yeet in the live stream, yeet in the video, and also I like to do this. Whoa! There you go. By the power invested in me, I'm going to time skip right now. I'm going to see you guys at, at the end of the video. So take care now. Bye-bye then. TTFN. Ta-ta for now. Whoa! Take it away. Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and I'm back. And also, here's another part of the section in southern Utah where my parents and I wasn't able to see because we were driving at nights. And now, since it's the daytime, get a load of this. We're not too far from Cedar City, Utah, if you like to know. So, yes, another part of Utah. And then you see the snowy caps. It's right there that's snowed upon the mountains there of the big Wasatch Range. Yeah, I see trees, but they're like big tree bushes and other stuff. Sagebrush in former Mexico. So, you know what, but still, I mean, if you go back to it, how the Native Americans did occupy in a way such as a place as this. Thank you, southern Utah. Yeah, parts of Washington County is in like in the snowy area, while another part is in in the southwestern part of Utah, where you see desert palm trees, which is right there, which is really nice. It's like I said, it kind of feels like, it reminds me of back in Southern California, so it's like a great big throwback, and I really enjoyed it. As we continue on Interstate 15 heading north, the famous freeway that began in San Diego, and a straight shot up to somewhere somewhere in the middle of Montana, I expect. Cedar City, Utah, 8 miles from here. This is absolutely amazing. And look at around here. Well, what do you know? They got Del Taco in Cedar City. Very much of Cedar City. Yes, they got gas stations. Of course they got gas stations. to Hamilton Fort Storage. You know, I did get a good look at the Wasatch Mountains or the Wasatch Range, which is the same thing. I mean, perhaps who knows, you know, right there. It is absolutely incredible. I mean, you're gonna ask yourself, you're gonna say the Wasatch Range is part of the Rocky Mountains, right? To be honest, I don't have the slightest clue, so that's my answer for you. I don't have the slightest clue. I did see some yak and some longhorn around parts of Utah. It's incredible around here. Parts around Utah, you see the snowy areas right there. In the overpass. Biggest city. I would say the second biggest city. I know the biggest city in the state of Utah is Salt Lake City. And the biggest city, second biggest, that is not too far behind, I'm gonna say St. George or Moab, but I have no idea. Perhaps St. George. No, wait a minute. Actually, that's not the second biggest city. That's more like Orem and Provo, Utah. Orem and Provo. And along with the city of Sandy, Utah. So St. George, Utah is like fourth or fifth largest in the state. So, but it's more laid back. It's kind of more of a tourist town. Than what I realize. So yeah, everything's hunky-dory. Frontier Homestead State Park. Right here, one of the exits in Cedar City, Utah, is the South Main Street. Yeah, there's some gas stations, a hotel or two. And I was right. I was absolutely right, of course. Look at that, a lighthouse. So, welcome to Cedar City, Utah. Right here. And you'll say, are there palm trees in Cedar City, Utah? The answer I'm going to give you is a big fat no. So, it's like, why not? They're supposed to be there. Like, this is supposed to be like the country of Lebanon. Why they call it Cedar City? Well, there are cedar trees, I'll give you that. But no palm trees, so this is not Lebanon. But I'll give you this, there's only like desert palm trees in the southwestern part of Utah, and that is like around the city limits of St. George, such as like Santa Clara, Islands, Hurricane, LaVerkin, including Tokerville. So this around here, Cedar City, Utah. And also, by the way, and you're going to say this, which I'm going to answer to this question for all of you. Have you been to Salt Lake Comic Con? Because that's the biggest one around in the state of Utah. Like, I've heard of it before, which is
Con is in Salt Lake City, and I would say going from St. George to Salt Lake, possibly a 4 or 5 hour drive. That's a long ways to spend a lot of gasoline. So the money trip, the gas price, and not to mention staying in a hotel, yes, that's a lot of money. And I don't know, a lot to take up and go into one big Comic-Con type of convention center thing. It's big. Look at the scenery around here, the mountain ranges, the area. This is absolutely amazing. I did enjoy my trip into Arizona, and first time going back to Southern Nevada. We only went as far as Mesquite, so another time to go visit Las Vegas. So, yeah. So Mesquite is also a tourist town, if you already know this, because there are those people who have jobs in St. George and go to work like in Mesquite, Nevada, like about 30 miles, which is like, yeah, that's not too far from it. Hey, what do you expect? All people in southern Utah would really want to get a job in southern Nevada, don't they? That's not Las Vegas, and that is Mesquite. And also, my parents and I, there was cross into the Pacific time, and there was this wall, it's like a wall without a wall. There's the time zone, the Pacific and Mountain Time, and there it is. There you go. It's just, it's crazy, but it's true. But I really enjoy this. So why not enjoy more of this around scenery here in the freeway? But I am going to do a little time skip, so I'm going to get something a little snack or lunch anyway. Well, the power invested in me, we are going to time skip right now. So, time skip! And I'm back. So my parents decided to check out a little place or a town called Beaver, Utah. And I'm here at the Creamery, which kind of feels similar to that back in Tillamook, Oregon. So why not we check out a place called the Creamery? And I'm here right now, so don't believe this right here. The Creamery in Beaver, Utah. So yeah, similar to that in Tillamook, Oregon, but I'm in Beaver, Utah. But also, what do you call a cow that eats grass? A normoo! It's a pun, it's supposed to be funny. And so, I thought I might show you. Did you know dairy cows eat as much as 100 pounds a day? That's amazing! Forage is the basis for a cow's diet and can be made with chopped green corn stalks. So did you know there are around 180 dairy farms in Utah? That's fantastic! Utah's average herd size is around 540 cows. And not the monetary pleasures. Pledges are pleasures, or monetary pledges are pleasures. I would say pleasures. Yeah, this is what it looked like. A tractor right here. And all this. Now, a little bit of a game around this here is, can you spot 10 cows? Cock-a-doodle-doo, and the cow says moo, but yeah, I can find 10 cows. I already found one and two. Now I'm looking for a third. That's 3, and there's 4, there's 5, there's 6. There's like 2 more cows. I need to find the last 2 cows. So I already found 8 cows. I will find the other 2. Don't you believe me? So the world's tallest cow was 6'2" Holy cow! The average cow weighs 1,200 pounds. Cows eat for about 6 hours a day. And yes, that's how do you say this in Japanese? Cowabunga. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reference. Yes, 1 cow can produce about 8 gallons of milk, which is about 100 glasses. That's legendary. I was going to say legendary, but it's legendary. I don't want to say legendary, it's legendary. Say it out loud correctly. I wonder if those 2 cows count. I mean, but that's just me. That's just me, which is utterly delicious, and dairy is way cool, yes. Cow puns, milk puns, cheese puns. How many foods can you find that are made from milk? Yes, that's another thing. I bet those are the 2 cows I saw, besides this one. Yeah, try to milk a cow on this right here. And just like in the Tillamook factory from Tillamook, Oregon, you see the cheese making process. How does a cow like its coffee? Caffeinated. It's very moving. It's draining away, cutting the stream, cooking the curd, and then there's draining the whey, milling, salting, and pressing, and aging the cheese. So yeah, you separate the curds and whey, and the protein of whey, how to age the cheese like fine wine, and this and that. And it's just absolutely exciting. There's the birds and the bees. And now, right here, how many times do David's cows get milked? Well, oh, there's the last 2 cows. And what do dairy farmers like to call cows? And which does David do first? Eat breakfast or take care of his cows? So, which describes a dairy farmer, entrepreneur, innovator, or conservator of the land. All milk used in dairy products here are free of antibiotic and growth hormones. Here's more of the information. It takes 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese curds. You heard me. 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese curds. Who knew? Cheese whiz! Cheese typically takes 6 hours to make. Curd, you get me some. All cheese starts as curds. Oh sure. I would get a curd. I would just drive on the right side of the road and not touch the curd of it. And all this and the products around here, items to sell around here in the creamery in Beaver, Utah. And look at the cheese. And look at this. And there's some cookies and all that. And here's the creamery. And like explore our 24 flavors for a hand-dipped discovery. The bacon pretzel, the birthday cake, the brownies more, brownies s'more, butter pecan, chocolate, peanut butter revel, coconut castaway, cookies and cream, lemon bar, jolted cow. Jolted? That's a a shock in your system. I'm your Huckleberry. French silk pie. Yes. Licorice chip. That's new. There's rich and famous ripe raspberry chocolate chunk Rocky Road. You can see this one. Yep. Super premium vanilla bean. That's really good. Including Superman. And a strawberry cheesecake with a sea salt caramel nut. Once again, you can explore your 24 flavors for a hand-dipped discovery. In Beaver, Utah, and it is just absolutely amazing. It really lets you move in you. Sorry, I can't help it when it comes to cow puns. And look at all this around in Beaver, Utah. It's south central Utah, of course, so around, yeah, Beaver, Utah, and then you have like St. George, Utah, which is in the desert tropics, which I really like. That's the only place I'm going to find tropical palm trees in the desert, and yeah, I can hear my echo, because the more I'm standing in the middle of the room, the more I can hear my echo across this area right here. It's like an amphitheater, and I can hear my own voice from the echo. So this is absolutely amazing, and for those who live in the state of Utah, you have something to offer for, or something in common. Yeah, farmland in Utah, yes. Born as a state, as the Beehive State, 1889, yes. Is that incredible? Yes. And get a load of this and that. Oh yeah, one more thing about this. Our farmers. Featured within this silo is Robert's Dairy, located in Beaver, Utah, just miles from this very spot. Robert's Dairy is committed to sustainable practices, from cow care of their 700 ladies to a waste recycling program. While we could talk about the stats all day, the real number to tout is 3. The generations of family that have passed down and continue to live their passion for dairy. So, why not I do a little time skip while I enjoy this around here, or if you guys are familiar around with this place, by the power invested in me, I'm gonna time skip right now. So anyway, a time skip! Yes! Well, what do you know? I guess that was an interesting experience to check out in the likes of Beaver, Utah, besides St. George and Cedar City, of course, passing through it. Along with Salt Lake City, along with Provo and Orem, Utah, right next to it is Utah Lake. Fresh water, not salt water, because don't get the wrong idea when it comes to that. And you know what I mean? That is absolutely amazing. But I absolutely enjoyed it. It's just incredible, an amazing experience when it comes to this and that. And you know what? I really do enjoyed it so much, and a time with my folks. My goodness. You know, I know I've been to northern Utah like so many times, which is more than once. I've been to Lagoon before, and I have not been to the likes of other places as well. I mean, for the first time in my life, I know I've been to northern Nevada, yes. I've been to northern Utah, yes. which I have not been to, is southern Utah and now southern Nevada. And guess what? For the very first time, I've gone to the state of Arizona, checking out the mesquite plants that can be found in the states of Arizona, southern Nevada, southern California. Not much around southern Utah, but there is, including New Mexico and parts of Texas. And I think I might have seen mesquite plants in Texas before, so yeah, man, I've seen it. It's a given. But you know what? It was amazing. Checking out through the Virgin River Gorge. It's big. It is steep. It is absolutely incredible, and it's just unbelievable. I cannot believe what I've absolutely seen. It blows my mind. It's just incredible, and you know, it's amazing. And you know, checking out this around the city limits or its neighbors of St. George, Utah, such as Santa Clara, Ivins, Washington, Leeds, Hurricane, Lavernia, and Hurricane, not the storm. That's the name of a city. Don't get confused, which is called like the name of a hurricane. It's the name of a city, for crying out loud. And Tokerville. So there you have it. By the way, Tremonton all the way to Lehigh, and it's incredible. Either that or Santa Keen. It's amazing. I mean, it's like a zip line from Tremonton to Ogden to Farmington to Salt Lake City to straight shot to Sandy to Orem to Provo to American Fork to Spanish Fork to Santa Keen to Lehigh. My goodness. It's like a zip line of cities, like one part to the other. And yeah, I mean, I find it very similar from what I'm looking at, or from what I'm looking at. Utah's next door neighbors is the Gem State, which is Idaho, the Cowboy State, which is Wyoming, the Centennial State, which is Colorado, the land of it, well, not the land of enchantment, but it touches on the four corners, I'll give you that. The state of Arizona, which is the Grand Canyon State, and you have the Silver State, which is Nevada. And yeah, I've first time, first everything, and you know, I finally go to southern Nevada since the 1990s, ever since my family moved to Idaho since the 1990s. And finally, it is official. It is broken. I finally get to see southern Nevada for the very first time. What a drought to end. What a drought to end. It's incredible. It's amazing. And, you know, I know there's casinos in the state of Nevada itself. And like, oh really? What about, like, forgive me, I know I said Plinko by mistake. What I meant to say is pachinko. What about pachinko? Don't they have like pachinko slot machines like the ones in Japan? Like, what are you saying? What is pachinko? Pachinko's like a slot machine from a casino, only it's in Japan and not in the United States. What you find the pachinko slot machine or pachinko parlors. So there you go, pachinko. I know it's strange, but it's true, which I find it very similar because, as main event Leo Wolverine right here may or may not be within your range when I'm coming into your home state, such as Utah, for example, or the state of Nevada, or the state of Arizona, or the state of Idaho, or the state of Colorado, or the state of Wyoming, or the state of Oregon, the state of Nevada, which I mentioned, the state of California, the state of Washington, Evergreen State, not D.C. But there is one thing for certain for main event Leo Wolverine, is that nothing's for sure. Checking out the Virgin River Gorge, it was incredible. I would love to save this for some info, because you want to know why? I'm going to do a live stream next week as I talk about my trip around the state of Utah, or my Utah trip adventure with Nevada and northwestern Arizona into the mix. And also, how did I cross into an invisible wall straight through from Mountain Time to Pacific Time is where, like, my clock just changed on my cell phone so quickly. And it did. I went from Mountain Time to Pacific Time. I'm into the Silver State of Nevada. I'm in the West Coast, which, yes, Nevada's in the West Coast, along with California in the West Coast, along with mostly of Oregon, except for Moller County, that's in Mountain Time, in the West Coast, and the Evergreen State, which is the state of Washington, in the West Coast, along and including Northern Idaho, in the West Coast, Southern Idaho, not in the West Coast, it's in Mountain Time. So there you go, the Mountain Time. Along with the state of Utah, the state of Arizona, New Mexico, and only western part of Texas, along with Colorado and Wyoming, along with Montana, and one part of the Dakotas as well, and along with a part of Kansas, and a small part of Oklahoma. Going through an invisible wall of a time zone really kicks in, to be honest. It really does. The trip, going to the creamery, checking out around the city limits of Cedar City, Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, I know I've been through, including the famous amusement park called Lagoon. Yes, in Farmington. There's Ogden and Tremonton, and there's Orem and Provo, Utah, along with, the BYU Cougars, now members of the Big 12 Conference team, along with the Utah Utes, a member now as the Big 12 Conference team. And I know that these two schools, yes, they're in the Big 12 as of point. But who knows? Also, Real Salt Lake of Major League Soccer. And now you also now have the Utah Hockey Club of the National Hockey League, from the team that's from the Arizona Coyotes, being transferred from there to Salt Lake City. There you go, the Utah Hockey Club of the National Hockey League. And also you have the Utah Jazz of the NBA. And also there is a one point that I know there's Dunkin' Donuts somewhere in the city limits of Salt Lake City. There is one place that is similar to that of Dunkin' Donuts, and that is in St. George, Utah. And it's mostly found in southern Nevada. It is called Pink Box Donuts. Yes, you heard me. Pink Box Donuts. They're saying, what is Pink Box Donuts? It's similar to Dunkin' Donuts. Like, they have their donuts and their coffee. They have iced coffee. Yes, this and that. I said similarities, okay? I didn't say it's the same. I said similarities. But you know what? mostly in southern Nevada, with one location added, and that is in St. George, Utah. And I did mention this before. I thought their mascot was the Buffalo of Utah Tech, which it is, but they're called the Trailblazers, even though their mascot is somewhat of a buffalo or something. Look, I don't know everything. I'm not that perfect. I make mistakes. I take chances. It's what I am. It's what I do. I'm main event Leo Wolverine, who likes to take chances, make mistakes, and getting messy in real life, and including on social media. Although I'm not that popular, I'm just a guy who likes to remain working around in the shadows and check things out into the light. So that is what I really like to do. You know, for some reason, when it comes to the state of Utah, which is the Beehive State, it's incredible. The Great Salt Lake, 4 times as salty besides the Dead Sea back in the Middle East, which is in Israel. And there is the Utah Lake, not saltwater, freshwater. Not saltwater, freshwater. There you go. So yeah, Utah Lake, freshwater, Great Salt Lake, saltwater. There's the Salt Flats up there in northwestern Utah, like western part of Utah on northern Utah. So there you go. And also there's the Speedway as well, which is right there on that, near close to the border on that state line of Utah and Nevada. Did see a lot of mesquite. Once again, a lot of mesquite in the southern part of Utah, along with Nevada, along with Southern California, Arizona mostly, along with New Mexico, and parts of Texas. So there you go. I mean, what's there to rush? There's no rush. All I can say is this. 2023 was the best year of my life, and now 2024, going to the Oregon coast and then going into some Comic-Con conventions in type of way, and now I went to the state of Utah itself, up and down, up in north and south. It's along because of the famous Interstate 15. But like I said, I really do enjoy it. It is just so much fun that I really do. I hope you guys enjoyed this experience as much as I do. And not to mention the journey I've been through into the state of Utah itself, and not to mention northwestern Arizona and southern Nevada. But I will do a live stream next week talking about my adventures around in Utah and how I ventured into the state of northwestern Arizona and southern Nevada into the mix. As your main owner and founder of this entire channel, who likes to take chances, making mistakes, and getting messy, who likes peanut butter and chocolate or breakfast for dinner, because I'm main event Leo Wolverine, who likes to take chances, making mistakes, and getting messy, and also who likes to yeet in the chat, yeet on the commentary, yeet on the video, yeet on the live stream, and also who may or may not be within your range of your vicinity. But there is one thing for certain for main event Leo Wolverine, is that nothing's for sure. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me, what do you guys think of the trips of my adventures of Utah? Once again, mash that like button and or share this video. Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice, and I'll see you guys next time for another video in the near future, right here in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance.
friendship is magic for everyone. Take care now. Bye-bye then. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.